Hello, this is Scott Nachtello, and I've got a quick 3-minute video to cover two super important things before you take a look at the property. I've been doing property management for more than 15 years, and one thing I've noticed when it comes to people who are interested in a rental property that I have for lease is something that they won't even come out and say, but it's always there. Most renters are concerned and just a little bit guarded when it comes to leasing a property because they just don't know the landlord and whether or not they can really trust them. It's understandable. After all, you'll be doing business with this company or this person for the next 12 months. And wouldn't you rather have a smooth ride over these next 12 months than going from one pothole to the next? Well, be careful about the decision because 12 months is a long time. And, I've been in your situation. I was a tenant for years, and I remember one of the first landlords that I ever had. And the only time that I could ever find him was on the first when my rent was due. And I did without running water for much of that winter in that garage apartment that I rented from him because the water lines kept freezing up when it got cold. And it's not that the guy was a total jerk. He was just busy with other things in his life, and my problems really weren't that much of a priority to him. Now, when I got into property management, I vowed that I would never be that type of property manager. When someone pays their rent, it's only fair to them to expect the landlord to hold up their end of the bargain and to make repairs when they're needed. Now, I don't know where you're at right now. Have you been looking for the perfect rental property? Have you been driving around from one dirty and or overpriced rent house to the next, hoping not to be disappointed yet again? Do you still want to find something? You just want to find something and be done with it? Well, if you can relate to any of those, then the next idea that I have to share with you is the second most important idea I have to share with you today. There's no perfect rental property. That's right, I'll say it again. There are no perfect rental properties. What it comes down to is this. Once you have a blend of the right location in the right property, and by that I mean the size, how many bedrooms it has, how it's laid out, and so on and so forth, and the right personality when it comes to the management, give yourself permission to just go ahead and make a decision. Now, the good properties aren't going to last that long, so you need to make a decision. And I've got one more really important tidbit to share. Now, let's say that someone has a property picked out that they like. Sometimes they still have what I call application reluctance. It reminds me when my credit wasn't the greatest, and many times I avoided applying for things that required credit, like renting out a house, because I didn't want to face the embarrassment and humiliation of being turned down. Some people are concerned that what they will be asked to disclose on their application will automatically prevent them from being considered. It should never be a concern when you apply for one of our properties. I'll say that again, it should never be a concern. We'll process your application quickly without hassle so that you can move quickly into the property once you've been approved. Obviously, now I can't promise that you'll be approved, but know that we understand that sometimes bad things happen to good people and good people make mistakes. And we won't punish you for something that you did a long time ago if we can justify putting you into that property. Now you should also know that we don't charge an application fee because we don't want some petty fee to stand between you and the property. We'll provide a clean, safe home for you and your family where you can count on the plumbing, electrical, and heat and air are in good working order. Sometimes these things break down. That's just what happens in a house. And when they do, uh, we'll get them fixed and back in working order. Now we work with Section 8 housing vouchers on some of our properties, not all, but some of those properties. If you have one of those vouchers, give us a call. So you want to go ahead and see the property? Well, give us a call at our office at 232-5800. That's 232-5800 to arrange a showing. And thanks for taking the time to watch this video.